ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the ASIAF Arena, where the all-Ames Tigers will be taking on the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans. The starting lineup for the Trojans, starting at left wing, number 21, Glenn Ward. Starting at center, number 5, Nate Aguchi. Starting at right wing, number 10, Jimmy Gaylor. Starting defenseman, number 13, Lucas Bilda. Starting defenseman, number 2, Pauly Scultra. Starting in net, number 30, Cole Cardell. And the starting lineup for the Tigers. Starting at left wing, freshman, number 12, Nick Finch. Starting at center, junior number 15, Adam Tobin. Starting at right wing, junior number 11, James Kiernan. Starting defenseman, senior number 23, Owen Stairs. Starting defenseman, senior number 8, Adam Herrick. And starting in net, junior number 1, Josh DeVito. And now please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Aaron Grothy. Today's matchup, Hall of Ames Tigers versus Bridgewater Raynham Trojans. Trojans are 2-0. Oliver Ames is 3-0. Should have a good game for us today. I'd like to start off by thanking all of our staff from ECAT. Jack, Alex, and Adam. Appreciate you guys being here on your holiday weekend off. It's so that all you viewers can watch this. So you may have heard our lineup. Tobin on right, Finch on left, or excuse me, Tobin on center, Finch on left, Chase Pearden on right, and we have Stairs on right D, and Herrick on left D. All right, Oliver Ames losing the battle. Bridgewater Raynham bringing it in. Finch with the puck on the left wall, tries to get it through. Bridgewater keeps it down. Herrick sends it around. Over to Stairs. Stairs up the center. They get it tipped out. That's going to be an icing. So we'll start off with a face-off, and Oliver Ames in. Right side of DeVito, who's in net. Looks like for the opposing team, Tripp is on right wing. Tudor on center. And Tayag on left. For defense, we have one of the captains. That's Camara. Shot high, blocked on the center back. And the other defenseman, Dre, is coming around the bend. Gets tipped out, and the puck is loose in the neutral zone. Dre holding on to the puck, sends it up the middle. They get it out, and he's got a ways out. Is around the net. Bridgewater with some good puck possession. Comes Stairs getting it out, takes a little hit. And number 7, McDade gets to send it down for a shift change. Gets stripped in the middle. Pearden couldn't hold on to it. Bridgewater brings it into Oliver Ames. In, gets stipped to the top, D right, blocked from DeVito with a pad. Bridgewater sends it around. Bailey tries to get it out, and Nick Finch gets it out, and we're going to have another icing. So it looks like Blake Marshall and Nathan Bailey are on defense. We have Tobin in center, Pearden on right, and Finch on left, who's going off the right side. Big block by DeVito there. Another flip in the middle from Bridgewater Raynham. Nick with the pucks, tries to send it out. And they do get it out. Oh, Pearden grabs it from around. He's taking a tip out, right through 3 of the Raynham. Low shot, soft. Goalie stops. Goalie for Bridgewater Raynham. 1 second while I get their roster. Cardell. Senior. Face off to the right of the goalie. Scaltrito puts the puck up. Dumps it in to Oliver Ames' zone. Josh DeVito gets a tip on it. Bridgewater sends it around the back. Tries to push it out to the front. Stairs. Gets it, tips it. Here comes Marchand in the corner. Almost flew head first into the board. And they dump it down to the end corner. Marchand pushes it out front. Holds onto it, sends it around the blocks. And Herrick gets a hold of it. They're going to send it down. Getting delayed offside there. Bridgewater sends it all the way up to the front, and it gets caught in his skate. And then he sends it right into the ref. They send it off the wall over to Nick Finch. Sends it out the middle. Couldn't hold on to it. A little high saucer pass there. Stairs doing a good job with defense. Tobin sends it over to the right side, over to Pearden. Pearden dumps it round the back of the goalie. Left side, closest to you on your camera angle. Get it out to the neutral zone, push it out as 2-on-1. Now 2-on-2. Tipped from Blake Marshall. That's a big check. Kind of fell on the blade, so no penalty, even though it looked rough. Bridgewater Raynham bringing it in the center. Couldn't hold it. They send it down, round back behind DeVito. Stuck in his feet, States. Finch trying to poke it away from Bridgewater, number 16. Blake over to the solid wall. Gets a tip on it. Holds. Sends it up the top. Back to the D. Low. Blocked by number 22, O'Reilly. Off the knee. Blake Marshall putting in some pressure down the corner. Oh, and Pearden got smacked around there. Took a fall. Sent it out, and they're going to... Oh, no icing. Got a tip off the Raynham team. Back in the neutral zone. They're going to dump. Herrick with the puck. Sends it around the corner up to the side. Or it looks like Tien was on the right. Now it gets pushed back into the neutral zone. Herrick couldn't keep hold of it, but it's in their zone, and we're going to have an offside, delayed offside. So we'll start face-off just outside the blue into Bridgewater Raynham. I'm going to just call him BR. OA wins the draw, and they're going to have an offside all the way down. Couldn't see who caused that. Couldn't see anything there. Face off to the left of DeVito. McDade with the puck. Sends it over to the right to Tien. Tien striding down on the right-hand side. Shot blocked by BR. Puck around the side, going up to the top D. Stairs able to keep it in. Bridgewater, BR, keeping a hold of it in the neutral zone. Sends it back to Herrick. Herrick back to the center, back to Tien. Tien coming in on the right side. Holding, takes a little dump into the corner to get a change. And here comes Eldridge. Herrick sends it around, takes a check. Here comes Tobin. Right up the middle, over to the left. Tries to swip it through, but gets it swiped away. Good try. Puck's down in the corner. Chase Pearden over to that side. Now it gets out to the middle. Marshall to Eldridge, who takes a little hit. D-to-D pass for BR. Sends it all the way to the neutral zone. Doesn't get a touch on it, but Blake does. And here comes BR. Right behind the goalie. Tipped out. High D. Sends it back down. Wide right. Shot. Blocked by DeVito. And he's got it. Stuck in the net / post on the outside. So we're going to have a face-off to the right of DeVito. 8 minutes, 3 seconds left in the period. Scores 0-0. OA wins the battle. It's like Stairs send it to the right. Eric takes a check. Over to McDade, he takes one. Couldn't get it out. To Tien. Ooh, good shot. Block saved. And they're getting pushed in. That's a little rough. But that was a stop. Marshawn taking center. BR sends it back down all the way around. McDade sends it up the middle. 2-on-2 here. Sliding around. And they're going to call that safe, even though it looked like it was offside. It's a good play. Tried to pinch. McDade takes a hard hit, but gets it out and into the neutral zone. BR's taking its time. Two on four for BR. Gives a check in, and they get it up to the top D. Low shot, and that should be, that's a little rough. BR's number 8, Trip, giving our goalie an extra tap after the whistle was blown. Tobin in center. Up to the top D. Shot, block saved by DeVito. Tobin just trying to get there. Shot high, wide, goes around the board. Up to the top D. Top D sends it back down. And all the way across the corner. Top D on the left, pass to the other D. Shot, tipped, hits the backboard, and a low shot and saved by DeVito. DeVito's 7th save of the period. Away wins the battle off of that and sends it up to the middle, gets it out in the neutral zone. Pearden on the right side, back flips into right to the goalie, so that's technically a shot on net. Third one for OA. Puck still in the neutral zone. Jace loses it. Here comes number 15, shot, block save, and tipped out by Marshall. Into the, nope, staved it in. And Bridgewater kept it in. Big tip, and goal. So Bridgewater takes the early lead. Number 16 with the goal. Halpin for Bridgewater Raynham. 5 minutes, 43 seconds in the first period. We had some good hacks at the puck trying to get it loose, but just got tipped up in the air and right there and a quick slap in. So OA technically wins that, sends it up. Stairs got it to backhand it in, tipped over to Stairs in the neutral zone, sends it up high, goes back into BR zone. They are putting some pressure on everyone and stuck down in there. Marchand with some pressure. Good check on the boards, but the puck gets loose and Bridgewater Raynham's coming up the top in the center. Herrick goes after the puck, sends it up the top, sends a shot right over to number 7. And another shot back up the top. Good shot, but saved by DeVito. 9 shots on net for BR to the 3 on OA. Quick shift change. Eldridge was in the center there. And the puck gets tipped up into the net. We'll start back to the right side of DeVito. OA wins that, or sorry, Briar wins that. Shot off, saved by DeVito. Blake Marshall sends it over to Bailey, excuse me. Still trying to get used to everybody's names. A lot of new faces this year. BR with the puck, coming around, sends up the center. Shot, block saved by DeVito. And Eldredge was able to tip it. Gets it out in the neutral zone, tipped up in the air. And BR holds onto it in their zone, and here's going to come in hot. Always got to match some speed. Low shot hits the post. Eldredge holding on to it, but BR takes it right back. D-to-D pass. Sends it up the middle. Shot hits the puck, or hits a stick. Gets away with it. Gets the puck out in the neutral zone. Puck out to the top. Sends it over to the right side. Shot right to the center of DeVito's chest and a save. 12 shots on net for BR. Well, there's no question about it. BR is definitely taking charge of this period. Another goal. Stripped away. Pass over to the left side. And that was number 7, Tripp, with his first goal, making it 2-0 here in Brockton Arena. Stairs with the puck, sends it deep, takes a check. Puck goes all the way around from the right to the left. Oway keeps it in. Marchand with the puck, sends it deep again. And they spin it around the side. Marshall was able to keep it in. Puck around the backside of the goalie. And another pass all the way around. And here comes BR, sends it out. Tien sends it up the middle. BR is going to hold. Sends it back to him again. Stripped, and now we have a shot from Tien, but it gets deflected by the BR player. And they're going to keep it in and get a shift change quickly. At least 2 of them. And Hedrick making his first appearance on the ice. Able to touch the puck and get it out. And they're going to let that go. BR gets it out into OA's zone. Marshall tries to get it, but gets caught up in number 25, or excuse me, 15. That was, I cannot say his last name, so I'm not even going to try it. But I'll say his first name, Elias. Shot, deflected. Sent out to the top and gets it out on the neutral zone. Scaltrejo holding the puck, sends it up the middle. Tipped by, it looks like Herrick. Ooh, skims the net on the backside, goes around. And sends a shot to the wide. Bailey coming around the back, sends it up the ball. To Hedrick. Herrick and Hedrick are out there. Tries to deflect it, backhanded out. Couldn't get it out. Bridgewater shot, saved by DeVito. 40 seconds left in the period. shot high, wide. Tien tries to pop it out, gets it over to the other side. Blake Marshall tips it off the glass and into the neutral zone. Pressure from away side. And they get a break. Shot, bar down from BR with 11 seconds left in the period. Number 18 with a goal, or 10. And that player's name, James Gaylor. Face off. Bridgewater wins it. And they're going to have a delayed off. And that's the end of the period. So, rough start for OA. Losing 3-0 against BR, Bridgewater Raynham. So, real quick here. Let me see my stats here. And we have... Oh, one second, sorry. All right, so I'd like to shout out to some of our sponsors, the McDonald and Donovan families for their contributions, the Leach family, some of their contributions, and Morse Insurance. Thank you for everything you're doing. We appreciate it, and we will see you in about 10 minutes. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Oliver Ames Tigers versus Bridgewater Trojans game. OA currently losing 3-0. BR gave them a lot of pounding there. It was pretty rough start. Nothing that OA couldn't handle, just a few pucks getting loose and BR being where they should have been. So we're about to start the second period here in ASIAF Arena. Switch sides on the ice. Hope everybody's holidays were good. We had a great holiday. Had a great vide filet. It was so good. First time we ever did it. It was awesome. All right, OA with the winning battle, but gets tipped by BR in the corner. Here comes Tien up the side, sends it out the top, and no icing. Sends it out the top. BR keeps it down into their zone. And Tien kind of trips him, but they didn't call it. Oh, and now they're going to call an icing on BR. So OA will get a chance to try and get a goal here. Face off to the right of BR goalie. And shot and a whiff. BR keeps it. Top, shot high. Sends it back to the top. Up to the top D. Tips. Oh, what a goal! OA comes back. Firing hot. Got tipped up in the air off a stick. Goalie is trying to say it was high stick, but that stick was below the bar. So Tien with the goal. So the score is now Oliver Ames with 1, BR with 3, 14 minutes and 16 seconds left in this period, so a 44-second goal. That's a great way to start the period. Pump up the boys here. Tipped off. Stairs gets a puck down deep, takes a check in the process. Gets tipped off of Pearden and stays in BR zone. He's going to come back after him. Sends it around. Finch with some pressure. Chase with some pressure. Gets tipped at the top. And they're going to keep hold of it. Oh, and that's going to be an icing. Tried to hit it off at an angle to get it over to the goalie, but not quite enough. So face off to the right of DeVito. Away wins the draw. Couldn't get a hold of it. And BR steals it around the side, sends it back around. 2 on the puck. Stairs with a good check. Herrick bringing up the side and another icing. And just shave the ice, boys. We need to bring that power down a little bit. Gonna lose your momentum. Quick shift change. Face off to the left of Vito this time. And BR is going to have to switch out. Sends in Tripp. BR wins the match. Shot on net. DeVito saved. Oh, by the way, there were 19 shots from BR last period against 3 for OA. Maybe 4. And the scoreboard reflected it. BR wins the draw again. Shot blocked off of a pad. Tien sends a pass over to Dade. Dade couldn't grab it. Checked by Marchand. Marchand he gets checked. Sends the puck flying. McDade tries to go after the puck. There's a big check. McDade tips it, but BR's coming in hot. And they send it over. And they send it back out. In the neutral zone. Tripp bringing it up. Shot tipped and into the net, so we're going to have a face-off to the left of DeVito. Face off to the back. And away, Herrick couldn't hold on to it. Puck gets up the top D shot, gets tipped off of a stick. Defense brings it back around. Shot, DeVito saves. Third shot on net from BR for this period. No change, no shift change of any side. Away wins the battle, sends it around. Up to the top D of BR. BR sends a low shot. Saved, got tipped and back in. And the puck goes out in the neutral zone. Chase putting some pressure. Tipped, not holding. And they send it out into the neutral zone. Ooh, gets tipped around. Top. Low shot hits a skate. Another shot hits a skate. Tobin with the puck. Sends it down low. Gets stripped by number 2. Shot. DeVito saves. Tries to pass it out. Gets hit off of a skate from BR. And BR keeps it in OA zone. Tobin with the puck behind the net. Brings it up, sends it straight through, and that's going to be an icing. So 11 minutes, 20 seconds left in the period. We'll have a face-off to the left of DeVito. McDade, Marchand, Marshall, Tien, I believe, Stairs. I think it's Stairs. I can't see from here. Puck gets loose. Oh, excuse me. It was not Stairs. It was Shane, John Shane. First time he's making an appearance on the ice. And that gets no tip, and that's going to be another icing by OA. Face off to the right of DeVito. Quick shift change for BR. Shot deflected by Tien's leg. And John sends it up the side but doesn't quite get it out. And Blake Marshall back behind the net with the puck, sends it up the middle. It's tipped off of the stick, of a skate, excuse me, and then kept down in, couldn't hold on to it. Marchand putting some pressure and pushes him right into the boards. Puck's loose. Blake Marshall gives a tap and a push. Puck is out and sends it down. And McDade tried his best to keep him down there. Shot on net, blocked by the blocker of a foot. Send it out the middle. And Bridgewater gets it in the neutral zone. McDade right there sends a nice shot, but deflected off by number 11, who's bringing it up the right-hand side. Tobin with a good push-off. Doesn't quite get it on net, goes to the far right. Bridgewater bringing it around the side. Back passes up to number 17. 17 takes a hard hit to the board. And pass over to the defense. Number 11. 11 shot. Block save by DeVito. And here comes Tobin. Up the middle. Tries to get through the feet, but right into three of the players. Chase Pearden gives a nice little oh, nice low shot. Almost went through 5-hole, but goalie saved that one. Very nice low shot. I think that was Stairs who shot that. So that'll be second shot on net from OA. Marchand at the center. And Eldridge couldn't see it after it got tipped over by him. Pass over to the right. Shot hits the far left post and goes wide left out in the neutral zone. D-to-D pass. Defensive shot low, tipped off of DeVito's stick over to the corner. Another slap pass over the side. Marchand sends it off the board, and we have another icing. Quick shift change for OA. So Tobin, McDade, Tien, Marshall, and I believe it Shane, John Shane. Face off to the left of DeVito. BR wins it, sends a shot, gets tipped off of OA stick. Another tip gets sent back behind. And here we have John, who has a puck, and a stick goes flying from McDade. And another stop gets that sent out, and that's going to be another icing, but well done on that. I don't think I've seen a stick fly that far before. And again, I've seen them sent high, but not that far. BR with the win on the battle. It's tipped out by McDade. McDade with the puck. That's a little hard pass. Dade keeps it in. Tien gives a little spinnerage to a player. Tobin still holding on to it. Sends it back down over to the corner. Dade can't get to it fast enough. Bridgewater sends it out into the neutral zone. They get it into the OA zone. Quick, wild shot over to the corner. And a shot by number 8. Low shot, hit the left side post on the ground and then curled in. So that brings the score 4BR to OA1 here in the second period with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the period. OA, Chase Bearden bringing up the center. Shot high, hits the back of the net. Marchand tries to go after it. Same with Bearden. Stairs keeps it in, but it gets sent off and gets wrapped up. Bearden tries to send it down, couldn't get it. Marchand with some power play there, and he gets knocked to the ground. Finch trying to do a wraparound something. But BR is holding still to the puck. Gets it tipped out in the neutral zone. Pass over the side. They can't hold it. Tipped by Finch, but it gets back to him. And he almost... And Nick tries to play the body instead of the puck. He had plenty of opportunity there. Another check. Puck still on the side. At least they always starting to get physical. Oh, a tip, but it gets stripped. And a shot high off the glass behind the net. And able to get over to the wall, left side. Holding top D. D shoots, ricocheted off. Here comes Bearden. He gets a tip off of it. He's got 2 of them on him. He gets it stripped away. And he's not going to get a penalty. Oh, and he gets the penalty called. Bummer. I'm going to either interference or it's going to be, let's see what the call is. Roughing. Roughing is the call. And it's a good call, unfortunately. So BR will have a power play here with a 2-minute power play with 5 minutes, 56 seconds on the clock. Hopefully OA can hold them off. BR wins the draw. Back pass to the D. D to D pass. Ooh, almost had it. Shot right to DeVito. Stop, saved. And it gets kicked over to the corner. Ooh, that was close too. And his block saved by DeVito. Another shot, blocked with a foot. BR with the puck in the back, sends up the D, and nobody's there, so no icing call on the power play. Tien stays at the top blue, coming in. Gives a little tap, and it gets past 2 of our OA defensive men here. Pass over to the left side of the wall. Still holding on. Sends a pass, but they don't get it, and that's a good out by OA. Gets it back down by the goalie. With 1:04 left on the penalty kill. Pass up to the wall, and OA tips it. Blake Marshall is able to get it out in the neutral zone. And there's another tip out by McDade. And they use the Finch is able to. That's an icing. So OA will have possession in their zone down here at BR zone. I would do a 1-3D if it was me, but You know. And BR takes time, coming in with 3, flying in. Number 24, bringing it up to the side. Holding on, takes a check into the board, holds on to the puck. Away doing some pushing, trying to get loose, and he's going to hold on and shoots low, but deflects off of a skate. Top D, sends it over to the left side, D. Number 5, holds it, does a spin move. And behind the net, holds, sends it back over to the right side. Now the penalty is over, so Pearden is back in, and they are holding the puck over to the wall. Quick low shot, hit to DeVito, and he stops the play. 3 minutes, 41 seconds left in the period. Score still remains 1 away for BR. Away, bringing it out. Eldridge on the right side. Holding. Sends a low pass stripped by number 2. And back against the wall from Tien. He gets it out, sends a pass up. Tobin sends it up to the wall, but couldn't get a real good hold of it. So here comes number 8 from BR. Gets around Blake Marshall. Sends a pass blocked by DeVito. Great block by DeVito. Kind of on his rear there. Just lifted up his glove. BR sends a pass up the top. They back it into the corner. No one's there. Blake Marshall in the corner. Sends it out the top, and John gets it out into the back. Kicks it out. 11 from BR sends it to the top. And they send it back down to number 11. He sends a nice pass into the center in front of Josh, which gets deflected. And puck is loose in the neutral zone, and there's going to be a whistle. And that's a technical, in my opinion. You're flipping a stick. They're not calling that. That's like the third stick that's gone flying. We're going to have a face-off to the right of DeVito. Oh, and they almost had it out. No icing. And they get it out to the neutral zone. Pin it around. Shot, block save by DeVito. Still with the puck, puts it on the wall, sends it to the top D. D to D pass over with no one guarding him. He's in the corner, sends it to the back, sends it up to the left side. And OA gets it out in the neutral zone. And gets tipped, but they hold on to it. McDade tries to put some pressure, and they send it off the board around the net. John holding the puck. Marshall sends it up the corner, but doesn't go to the corner. Ends up hitting off of the skate and gets pushed back. Low shot blocked by DeVito. Puck to the top D. D shoots, deflected off of the stick. Here comes McDade, sends it up. And they're going to call a icing. Finch couldn't touch it. We'll get a shift change. We'll have a face-off to the left. I believe the right of DeVito. Away gets the battle on the puck, and here we go. Tipped it out the front. Get it out to the neutral. Nope, doesn't get it. Clipped out. Oh, and it's out now. Pressure from Marchand. Oh, nope, Tien. Ooh, here we go. Brings it out the right side. Quick shot, Loeb. No one's there to come get the rebound. Number 8 bringing it in hot. Tien giving good, gets off. And Tobin there with the stick. Holds, got 2 of them on there. Gets stripped out. Ooh, Tien kind of steals it. Oh, nice pass to BR. But Herrick's able to get there and put some pressure. Tried to get a handle on it from McDade, and that's going to be an offside. .7 seconds left in the period. And puck's going to stay on the wall, and that will end the second period with OA with 1 and BR with 4, each scoring a goal in this period. I'd like to thank the Collision Doctors Incorporated, the Lions Club of Easton, Evergreen Landscaping, and Dybel Builders Incorporated. So thank you for all your donations. We really appreciate it. Without your help, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we can do for the team. All right, we will be back in 10 to 15 after they clean the ice, and hopefully OA can come back. All right, welcome back, everyone, to our third and final period of the night with Oliver Ames versus Bridgewater Raynham. Score is 4 Bridgewater Raynham to 1 Oliver Ames. Tigers have got a big hurdle to get past here to try and at least tie or win the game. So they can do it. So far, Bridgewater's been out shooting them. But I think Oliver Ames just needs to get a little more physical and open up some plays. Looks like McDade on left, Marchand in center, Tien on right, Marshall on right D, and John Shane on left D. Oliver Ames wins the tip-off, sends it to Blake. Blake bringing it up. Couldn't get it past him. John with the puck, sends it up the middle, but it gets stripped by number 7. D-to-D pass, and it gets out into the neutral zone. And they get it deep into the corner. And tries to do a check on Marshall, but couldn't get there. Shot wide right of the net. Tipped over. Marchand sends it around up to the top D. And he gets a tip. Oh, but it's going to be an icing. Good try, Tien. Good hustle. Face off to the right of DeVito. BR wins the face-off, sends a low shot. And Herrick, we're going to have a tripping. from BR. So OA will go on their first power play of the game. And hopefully they can get a goal here in the next 2 minutes. Currently 14 minutes and 6 seconds left in this period. So here's looking at you, kid. Face off to the right of the BR goalie. Tobin in center. Sends it up the top. Sends a D-to-D pass. Chase Piran shot. Caught. Glove. We're going to have a face-off to the left of their goalie now. So it looks like McDade is playing left D. Tian right D. Tobin in center. Marchand on left. And Chase Piran on right. D-to-D pass. Dade holding on the left, sends it all the way over to Pearden, who sends it up the top to Tian. Low shot tipped off of two people. McDade in the corner. Sends it around the back. Over to Tobin. Tobin bringing it around the left. Back to McDade, who's on the lower end. Sends it up to Tian on the top D. Sends it back to McDade. McDade down to Tobin, who tips it back over to Pearden on the opposite side. Sends it back to the wall. Back up to Tian. Sends it over to the side to Tobin. Tobin holding. Gets it stripped away, but still no one there to grab it, so he's able to hold on to it. Sends it down to behind the net. And it goes all the way around to Chase Pearden, top D on right. Sends it down to the corner. Tobin holding, doesn't get it out, and they flip pass back to DeVito. 50 seconds left on the penalty. Tian sends it all the way up, tips it back. And they're going to tip it up to the top. Here comes Tobin with no one in front. Low shot, kicks over right side behind the goal. And they get it out. That's going to be a high stick. Oh, he shouldn't have touched it. But better to have a face-off down here than it is to have them get a chance to take a goal. So 27 seconds left on the power play. 12 minutes, 33 seconds left in the period. OA wins the battle, sends it up the top, and they don't get it out. Low shot, wide left. OA sends it to the top, up to Eldridge, who couldn't hold it. Now we have John, who sends it to the top, gets it off, but that's going to be an icing. So 4 seconds left in the penalty kill. Not looking likely for a goal in the 2 minutes. So we have John Shane, Nick Finch, Kellen O'Leary, and Nate Eldridge. And here comes Kellen, sends a saucer pass. Nick gets a tip out of it, gets it down past, but BR is right there to grab it. Kellen couldn't keep up, so the puck's getting tipped off. John Shane, and he gets a ice skate on it. Puck all the way up. Here comes Nick. He's going to get some speed, but they're right on him. It's a push into the board and gives a little push back. And they're going to pass it D to D. Pressure from Marchand. Tries to get a check, but doesn't quite connect. Briard coming in hot. Gets by John. Shot and scored. Number 2. So that brings the score 5-1 for BR. Oliver Ames and BR. No, so BR wins the face-off, sends it back to the D. D sends it over to the right wing, or left wing, excuse me. And then he makes a pass all the way to the left wing. Tipped out top. Tien sends it up the top to McDade. McDade bringing it in. Sends a nice little shot on net. And they get it out in the neutral zone. Here comes Herrick with the puck. Sends it off the board over to BR. And that's going to be a delayed offside, but it should have been intentional because he had the puck and had time to wait. That should go all the way down the other end, but they're not going to call it. So they're going to put it center ice. Oh, they're not. Going to be on the other side by the line. Tobin in center. Finch on left. Chase Pearden on right. Gets it down. Tobin steals the puck. Wraps, tries to send it to the front. Hits a skate and goes back around, all the way around the goalie's end. And a little saucer pass, and that's going to go out. Here comes BR. Stairs, putting some pressure on. Top of the D, shot deflected by Pearden. Goes over to the other D, shot really high and wide. Pearden gets a little tip off of it. And no icing called. Up in the air. Tries to get it back. Puts some pressure on BR. BR sends it over to the other side of the corner. Herrick tries to keep it in. Doing a good job. Gets it down toward the corner. BR sends it over to the top. Into the center ice. Deflected off a skate. Here comes BR. And that gets sent. That's saved. Oh, and there's a big hit by Tobin. Shot. Saved. And the puck is saved by BR, bringing it up the right side for them. Shot. Glove save by DeVito. Just on the left side of the goal for him. Right side for us. Nine minutes, 7 seconds left in the period. Face off to the left of DeVito. Marchand taking center. And McDade gets a hold of it, sends it out to the right to Tien. Tien coming in on the right, spins past off the side. Brings it up to the top, hits the referee, so he couldn't get a pass over to Marshall. Three of them deflecting the puck. Here comes McDade up the roll. Trying to get a hold of it, still holding. Can't really get it. Saves himself from a check. And now we're starting to hit. Wish that was in the earlier part of the game. D-to-D pass, tipped off of the stick, hits the wall. Stairs doing a good job, trying to get some. Excuse me, that was John. And they get it passed around. Pearden with the puck, sends it out. Here comes John, sends it up to the top to McDade. McDade sends a shot wide right of the goal. BR with the puck behind the net. Holding, sends a D pass, D. Holding, now he's going to come up on the left side. Sends it over to the right. Right couldn't get a hold of it, so they send it back to the left. Sends it up to the center, misses that, and that's going to be an icing. So we'll have a face-off to the left of BR's goalie. 7 minutes, 57 seconds left. Scores 5-1, BR leading. Have a few alumni here from OA. See Big Tien down there, Dybel, Grothy. Good to see some alumni giving them some support. BR wins the draw, sends it up the right wall, bringing it in, hot through, gets it into their zone. Herrick with the puck, can't hold it, sends it out the back. Bad pass from Nick. And that gets another pass down. Herrick with the puck. Sends it up the top wall. Gets a tip off from Jace, but they end up getting it back. And Holman with the puck sends it up top to their player. Player shoots, gets tipped, but glove saved by DeVito. Quick shift change for OA as well as BR for a few of them. 7 minutes, 11 seconds left. Top saved from passing the line. And OA getting it out into the neutral zone. Eldridge trying to go after it. They send it, BR sends it around the net, up to the wall, out to the center. Back pass, and Eldridge gets caught up in some players. Puck gets loose into the neutral zone. Blake Marshall sends a wide pass to the left. Kellen O'Leary tries to tip it in. Eldridge takes somebody down in the process. John Shane sends a pass left over to number 21, Bucella. Sends it out the top. John Shane with the puck. Sends it back out to the center. Gives it right back to BR. Here's Kellen going back after him again. Little tip off. Tien trying to get in there now. Putting some pressure on a lot of the players. Tien was able to, they cut the defense down. They're putting pressure on them, but they're not quite getting a hold of the puck. Tipped off of there. Goalie puts his arm up to make sure it doesn't flip into his goal. Kept it in, but BR sends it over to the right wall. Sends it back to the middle. Coming in hot. Shot wide. Oh, they get another one. Deflected off of number 20, Marchand, who's going after it. BR is pretty quick, so they got there first. McDade sends it around the back. Looks like Pearden sends it up the top. They send it back down on the round. McDade couldn't get a hold of it. Gets away from him. BR brings it in the neutral zone. Off the right side, sends it to the middle. Quick pass, low side. Passes over in front of the net, but he's too far away. Marchand with it. Shot wide high. Back off. It backed off of the ice off of Josh DeVito, came down, and they were right there to smack it back in. What bum luck. Brings the score 6 BR to 1 OA. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left in this third period. And we're going to switch out and give another goalie a try. Oh, it didn't. I'm sorry. That I kept saying DeVito that whole time. That whole period was Ronan Blaney. So now it looks like we're having 24. I don't have him on my roster, so I don't know if that's Xander Marchand or if that's Christian Boyce and Alt. That's a goal. So that brings the score 7-1. And we should have a runnage of play for the clock, as they are 6 goals ahead. Boys giving them a tip. So Aiden Flateau joins the crowd for playing on right. Tien in center and McDade on left. And Blake Marshall and John Shane on D. No running of the clock unless they, oh yeah, here we go. So BR wins the draw. And Tien gets a hold of it. Shot, wide, wide. Back to the top of the D. D sends it in from John. John sends it back down. Goes in the corner. BR number 4 holding it. Sends it around the bend to the other side. They send it out to the neutral zone. Tipped off of Marshall. Marshall's able to tip it, hold it. Shen sends it back around to Marshall. Marshall up to number 13, Plateau. McDade on the heels of BR. BR sends it top. Get it in the neutral zone. A big hit coming from Marshawn, and they're going at each other. Refs need to get a hold of that, otherwise that's going to be an issue later. Shot wide. Plateau on the heel. Gets a tip off. Marshall looking, waiting. Brings it up the right, sends it up to the center. McDade sends it to the center to Marshawn. Marshawn takes a hit, goes down. BR sends it down. That's going to be an icing. So we'll have a face-off down to the right of BR. 2 minutes, 42 seconds coming. OA tries to keep it in, gets hit off the heels, and that's an offside. And that gets into the OA zone. That's on the netting. Out of the netting, tipped off. And puck's loose behind. Eldridge trying to get some pressure in there. Trying to get it out, getting smashed to smithereens. Shot deflected, goes wide right. Nick Finch checks the board, checks into the board. Both tumble. Trying to get the puck. BR still with the puck. Nick Finch tapping it, sends it off the board. Kicks out. And Nick giving some pressure on. Here comes Eldridge up the center. Over to the right side. Doesn't get it past him. BR coming in. Loses the puck, but it gets past him. And goalie save. So face off to the left of OA goalie. Again, sorry, I do not have that number, so I don't know if it's Marshawn or Plateau. Block save by the goalie. Another block save by the goalie. McDade couldn't hold on to it. Gets it out. Nope. BR has it. Number 5, Hedrick. Gets a little pressure on there. BR sends a D-to-D pass. And then they send it up. Gets deflected and stays in their zone. McDade over to put some pressure on with some. Holding. Has the puck. Gets it through the legs, but gets smashed in the center. Goalie had a hand on it, then let it go. Back pass over. Gets flipped back to BR. BR gets it into the neutral zone and brings it into the right. Stares with it, sends it all the way around. And that's going to be an icing with 11 seconds left of the game. But by the time they get back down here, that is game. So BR will win their third game in a row. Oliver Ames with their first loss, which brings them 3-1. And as we go through here, our next game is on New Year's Eve at 12 p.m. And that, I believe, is against Southeastern Regional. So again, thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to everyone from ECAT. That's Aaron Grothe signing out.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome.
ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.